is Rotary Youth Exchange. Take one.
Buenos días con todos, me llamo Luke Craig y estoy aquí para presentarles cómo es que este gringo habla español. Okay, enough of that. So this is the story of my exchange. I grew up on a farm in Quincy, Washington. Farm family, onions, corn, 4 siblings, the whole shebang. And 0 ability to speak Spanish. We're about to touch the ground. Oh my gosh, we touched the ground. We're in Lima. We're in Lima. Let me repeat that. We're in Lima. Estamos en Lima. Okay, almost 0. But I had never left home alone. And since then, I've had the opportunity to climb Machu Picchu, travel to Australia to swim in the Great Barrier Reef, go to the Oscars, go to the Emmys, graduate from UCLA, live in the Holy Land, travel to New York City, meet Justin Bieber. Okay, maybe it wasn't Justin Bieber, but at least it was his wax figure, so that was pretty cool too. And so much more. All that goes to say that when my hometown says opportunities unlimited, they really mean it. So congratulations, you found the secret sauce, the Rotary Youth Exchange. The exchange changed my entire life. Let me tell you how. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but growing up, I knew next to nothing about the world outside of my hometown. The big city was Seattle. Getting cultured was going to the quinceañera, and the student with the straight A's in Spanish class couldn't even say 2 words to his best friend's family. Quiero agua? Quiero agua? Quiero agua? That's a true story. The first day I stepped foot into Peru was the most terrifying thing I've ever done, but also the best. I don't really know where I'm going. Oh, down there. This is my family right here. Let's talk about bridges. Rotary has a saying that says, nothing is better or worse, just different. I can't tell you how important that statement is and how many bridges it helped me to build in my own exchange. Again, I grew up in a town of 6,000, where there's land as far as the eye can see. Lima, on the other hand, is a city of 8.4 million people, where the closest neighbor is actually just on the other side of the wall. Talk about culture shock. But a friend of mine told me something that is really wise. The exchange isn't just a year of your life. It's a whole life in a year. And it's so true. I got to Peru not knowing anyone. I couldn't speak the language. I didn't understand the culture. I didn't know the family I was living with. I woke up every single morning and everything was different to me. But every day, as we say in Peru, poco a poco, I started to learn. Little by little, I started to learn the language. I got to know the people. I made best friends. I made family. Family that would stay in my life until now, 5 years later. I graduated from a high school. I started attending college. I gave speeches in front of thousands at conventions all over the country. I toured the country with the Peruvians themselves. I fell in love with the food. Oh my gosh. My nickname was Gordy on exchange, which means little fat guy. Basically, I gained the most weight out of any exchange student. I actually gained almost 30 pounds, and it was worth it. I would almost venture to say that I grew more in that 1 year than I did in the entire 18 years of life in the US. It was such a challenge. Every day was new, every day was different, and every day you had to force yourself to stand in that gap, to say, this is uncomfortable, and this is okay. And that's exciting. And that's what the exchange is about. And Rotary is with you there every single step of the way. I can't tell you how many times I gotta write back and say, this is what I'm learning. Oh, isn't this cool? And they would write back and remind me that that's what the exchange is about. It's not just about learning a new language or learning about some new foods. It's about actually exchanging cultures, becoming Peruvian, as I like to say. Peruano soy. I can't describe what that means for you. Imagine how much potential you hold within yourself to go into another culture, to show these people what it's like to be an American, but then also to learn what it's like to be them. Going on the exchange has influenced every single part of my life for the last 5 years. I now live in the giant metropolis of Los Angeles here in California, and let me tell you, I'm surrounded by just as many people with different stories, different religions, different backgrounds. And isn't it cool to be able to now say that I've learned that language of exchange? I've learned the language of saying, hey, you are so different, but that is so cool to be able to talk and have those conversations. And that's one of the greatest things I think you'll learn from exchange, to celebrate differences. So no, the exchange wasn't just preparing me for college or for learning another language or meeting another culture. It was preparing me for life. My last words would be this: don't miss out on this opportunity to understand the world better. Because as you learn to understand the world better, you'll learn to understand yourself too.